Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast, where we reconnect with life, and gaming. I just knocked over a thing. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew, also known as J-Bond. With me, as always.
It's your boy Mike, yo.
Okay, so it's Sunday. The weather's okay. The weather's just okay. It's not nice.
It's a little chilly outside, but I like it.
At
least it's over here.
So I did the lawn, right? Because I was like, all right, hey, we need to record this thing, but I really want to just mow the
Still got to
lawn.
get rid of that.
So I mow the lawn, and it's just kind of when you're at the outskirts of one of those water misting things, and occasionally you get a drip or two, and you're like, meh. That's what
Yeah,
it was
right,
like
right.
when I started mowing the lawn. And I finished mowing the lawn, and it was straight up someone had put a mister over our entire town, because it was just
Oh wow.
it was just a constant mist, but it would it wasn't becoming rain.
Hmm.
And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to weed whack here. What the fuck?
Right.
It's because I'm not at the water park. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no slip and slide. Knock this shit off.
Right.
And then it literally 10 minutes later stopped. But the sun hasn't come back out yet. But it's just no rain. But it's just kind of overcasty.
Yeah.
I digress. It is Sunday, August 23rd, and I have a few topics. Mike, do you have any topics? Do you want to start us off?
Oh, that's the part that sucks. I've been enjoying my weekend so much I didn't think about a topic.
What did you do this weekend? Let's talk about life this episode. We'll
This
start life.
episode,
We'll go to gaming afterwards because my topics are gaming.
yeah. Well, I mean, spent the day with some friends, got a lot of food, picked up some video games, trying out the two Final Fantasies that no one liked, like 13, 13-2 or whatever.
On what PS?
PS3, yeah,
Okay.
or what people like to call the hallway games, Hallway Simulator 2009 and 2011, I think.
Why do they call them hallway simulators?
Just a lot of walking through
Oh.
hallways, I guess. Yeah,
Are they online at all, or is it straight up single player
no,
story
it's just
only?
straight up, yeah, single player story. Yeah,
So you'd never played them before, or
I played a little bit of 13 on now, but then I just whatever didn't care
didn't
anymore.
care?
Yeah,
Did you pick
and
them up for
then
$2 or something?
they were like 8 a piece or whatever
Oh,
with
that's
the
whatever.
GameStop Power Rewards, whatever. Shout out to GameStop.
Yeah,
But
big ups to
yeah.
GameStop.
Uh, yeah, I mean, so far I don't like. I mean, I don't mind them
Yeah,
or mind it so far.
man,
Yeah,
I
did
have
that.
not played PS3 in ages.
I think the last
It
time
was probably Dead Space.
Dead Space. Yeah, I was just almost gonna say Uncharted or Crysis, but
No, I haven't played Crysis in forever. Get piped.
the
Um,
pipe is
if
off.
they bring if they yeah if they bring Crysis 5 to PS4 and they don't put in pipes, it'll be the biggest fail ever.
Wait, did they skip four?
No, I don't know. Is there Crysis 4? I have no idea.
Someone tweet at us or something. Let us know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's I assume there's. I mean, I can just Crysis 4. Crysis 4 trailer. The next Crysis won't be called Crysis 4, and it's
Oh,
apparently going to be free to play.
hmm. So it's gonna be an online game or something.
It would appear so. This is from PC Gamer. Let's close this ad. Next Crysis won't be called Crysis 4. F2P is our inevitable future, says Crytek. The Crysis saga will endure beyond Crysis 3's culminating events, but not under the name Crysis 4, Crytek has revealed. Speaking to Eurogamer, Crytek CEO, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name, discussed the future of the visually voluptuous franchise beyond Crysis 3 and mentioned a future free-to-play version. Wouldn't name it Crysis 4 because it'd be
Hmm.
misleading. Uh, skip. Unlike Far Cry, we feel very flexible about Crysis. Blah, 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 blah. Looking at it as a bit of more long term, but it's too early to talk about it. Have a plan for a free-to-play version, but how it looks, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Okay, that's the answer for Crysis 4. Gonna be free to play something or
It's
other.
always an interesting model to buy
Eh.
because free to play is always hit and miss.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
the whole
always like a
thing.
hit and miss. So.
Because one of my topics, which I suppose we can just jump right into it, was
Yeah, we should right into it.
Cliffy B had sent out an email blast, and if I pull out my email real quick, if you subscribe to the Blue Streak, Project Blue Streak, whatever, the email blast, or just sign up for the newsletter to get things. There was an email that came through this morning, hashtag brace yourself, from Boski Productions, and it's register now for www.theshattering.gg, and it's got this picture of a pretty, it looks moderately futuristic, but there's stuff on fire, there's building knocks down, the earth looks like it's kind of caved, and there's a lot of water where it shouldn't be.
Be a horror game then.
No, it looks just kind of post-apocalyptic.
No? Oh.
It's too warm. It's too sunny. It's too
gotcha.
Bright.
Too bright, I guess. Gotcha.
And he had discussed on a podcast that I can't remember what it was, that it's more, he's going off of like a free-to-play model or something like that. But he's the way he talked about it made me very excited, because he's been growing up with games, as long as we have, and then some, because he's a little bit older than us. But he knows what works about things and what doesn't, because he grew up with it just like we did. So he said specifically, he's like, there's things about that model that don't work. He's like, and I don't plan to have those. He's like, but at the same time, he's like, there are things about that model that make it accessible to everybody. He's like, and those are the things that he likes.
Nice.
So there's definitely some cool stuff going on. So he's got this website, shattering.gg, and you can register for an account. And there's going to be a reveal tomorrow. There's a countdown timer that says, well, that's seconds, so that's minutes, so that's hours, so that's days. So it's 2 days, 19 hours, 42 minutes, and 8 seconds. But it says there's going to be a release on Monday, which would be less than 2 days from now. And then there's going to be one Tuesday and Wednesday. So I don't know if the...
Maybe the Wednesday 2 days is a major reveal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that the major reveal would be Wednesday. But
sounds cool.
Yeah, so there's all these community posts and these threads, and so there's some hilarious, where is it? The Shattering is not the official name of the game. Okay, thanks, guys. Let's talk about types of maps. What type of games do you play? What do you think it is? Who's the prettiest boss keyer? Boss keyer being whoever works at Boski. Where's that? There was one that I saw. Oh, did Cliff block a lot of people on Twitter? And it's started by "gotta block 'em all," and the post said I assume it's a screenshot of him being blocked, and it said it's like I got blocked automatically. There was a Straight Outta Compton meme thing going on, and I tried to tweet something at Cliffy. I haven't spammed anything, but he blocked me. And then somebody else commented and said, yeah, I got blocked too. I was like, what the fuck? I love Cliffy's rants. Get busy living or get busy dying. And so there's apparently a Reddit and some other stuff. But what's cool is the guy who is the CM on this project, or at least appears to be the CM on this project, is the same guy who worked on BioShock and also the Order 1886. Same CM guy, so that bodes well for publicity and things like that, because Jay is a really good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see how that goes. I'll leave the Crysis tab up just because I'm going to need to link that if anybody really cares about reading more about that free-to-play thing. So that was the one big thing I was going to talk about, which is Cliffy's game, and I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's another game out, I don't know if you've heard about it, called Dirty Bomb.
I may have heard about it.
So it's free-to-play, it's team-based, it's a shooter. It's free on Steam.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's like I look at it as what Blacklight could have been potential wise.
Right.
But like I'll just read you the quick tagline. London is a post-apocalyptic wasteland with no law and no order. It's time to call in the mercenaries as you battle it out for riches and bragging rights. Work together or die alone in the most challenging team-based free-to-play shooter. Just kidding, that's first-person shooter. Your mercs, your style. So there's different mercs. There's one that my buddy Prophet always rolls, which is he's like a kind of like an assassin. Like he can cloak for short periods of time, and he's got a like samurai sword.
Nice.
And there's like a medic and like a assault and kind of like an engineer class, and there's objective-based games and things like that. But like it's very, very cool. I'm actually like digging it. I'm thinking it's pretty sweet. So I think
Might try it.
well, I think in terms of like free-to-play games, like there are a lot out there, but like there are so many that just aren't that good or that only hold your attention for like a little bit of time. Like it's weird to me that I still actually play Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, I gave up on it.
Like I'm still like every once in a while I'll still jump in and like check on my people and like bum, 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 bum. I have 75 people in my vault now. And they're not dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like they're all alive. They're all kicking. They're all pushing forward, and I think that's kind of bizarre. Because
they're all well equipped.
I guess. I mean, I just kind of think I would have thought it would be more like a Tamagotchi, where like if you don't care about them, they just straight up just all die.
It's funny that you bring that up. Quick cutoff. They're bringing those back, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Hot Topic. They're like huge now. It's like a giant egg, and then the screen's in the middle. But
yeah.
Anyways.
No, I know. I assume most people are listening know what a Tamagotchi is.
I mean they're larger now though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not small like they used to be. It's like a large egg.
Weird. I just Googled it and got Amazon, and I'm looking at this. It's $45. But it's like a full color screen and stuff. There's no size reference. I can't really tell how big this is, but it's kind of obnoxious. I don't think I'd pay $45 for that.
How much Tamagotchis used to be?
Do you need to know? Oh, I like this. This is a question and answer in the Amazon thing. Do you need to know Japanese to use the game without difficulties, or would it be too difficult? I don't know any Japanese, and I operate the games and everything very well. Looking on Tama website to help at times, but yeah, easy. There is no English version. It is in Japanese. Oh, okay. So it's like an import, I guess.
Oh.
Whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
But there's like an iPod game that's Tamagotchi. Why wouldn't I just spend like $1.99 on this iPod game rather than lug around friggin'
$5.
Yeah, 99 cents. Ooh, it's even an Apple Watch app.
Huh.
Bandai Namco, Tamagotchi Classic, the original Tamagotchi game.
Snaps.
Straight up. The Apple Watch thing looks pretty cool, but I'm not buying an Apple Watch just to have a Tamagotchi on my wrist.
No. God, no.
Used to have did you ever have the Pokemon Pikachu?
I think I did.
It's basically the Pokemon version of it.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Those were the days. So you've got Crysis going potentially free to play, but that doesn't look like it's anywhere near release. Dirty Bomb is out. Like, I have it on my Alienware. Obviously maybe there's some sort of reveal we're going to see with Project Blue Streak / The Shattering / Bosky Productions, whatever. And conveniently, it's the Wednesday before the Thursday before PAX Prime, so I wonder if maybe he's revealing something Wednesday and it's going to be like, hey, we're going to be at PAX.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Actually kind of frustrated. I got an email about a thing at PAX that's like totes on the DL.
Top secret.
And gotcha. I emailed them back and they haven't emailed me yet. And I'm like, hey,
come on.
You said to email you. So it's like,
You
hey,
told me
you
6:45.
told me, like, because I kind of want to email and be like, hey, you either respond to this email or I post it on the, no, I'll post this all over the internet. All 200 of my Twitter followers.
Jbon1010 has been murdered.
Yeah. Um, no, I don't know. It was weird. It was like because the email came through on the weekend, so I'm like, oh, I'll respond to this immediately. But like, my guess is I won't get an email back until sometime tomorrow.
Right.
But it's like, oh, well, why'd you send it out? Why'd you send it out this weekend, man? If you're not gonna actually
Yeah.
reply to it, what the fuck? That's cool.
Right?
It's cool though.
If anything, give me an automated reply that's like, cool, thanks, see you at PAX. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Be cool, man.
Oh man, so that's that. But yeah, I mean, hey, if you're a person who plays PC games and you're looking for something that's like a shooter,
Free to play.
you know, I'm all about free to play games
Right.
because I don't like spending
If you
money.
don't want to play Black Ops 3, then
Yeah, if you don't want to play
Yeah.
the fucking Black
like,
Ops 3 beta, which was cool up until it became public because that's when everyone tryhards.
Yeah.
This was something I was talking to people yesterday while I was streaming. I kept seeing these kids, and I do say kids because I'm pretty sure they're not even like 16, tweeting and getting retweeted by like some person I follow that follows a lot of Call of Duty fans or whatever. And the kid was like, "This is what you can expect from me in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Like, who wants me on their squad?" And it was like he was like first or second place with like 100 kills and like 15 deaths. But like he was playing in an objective match, and it was like, you know, objective whatever 0. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, cool. So you play objective games as team deathmatch. No wonder why you get easy kills because people are running to complete the objectives, and you are most likely camping and just killing them. Awesome.
Yeah, good job.
Like
You basically didn't help the team at all.
No, he helps the team by getting a shitload of kills, but that doesn't actually help complete the objective, which is what
Yeah.
frustrates me. Like, I'd rather play I play objective based games because it's less about team deathmatch and more about actually completing the objectives.
Which I'll
What a
give Bungie
catch.
that.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Destiny, I mean, it gets
Well,
there
they have a new
sometimes,
mode
but
or whatever in Crucible where it's kills don't count. You have to complete the objective to get points.
oh sweet.
So you get a kill, big whoop. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think it's a version of it's a version of Control where it's kills don't count towards the objective. It's
Awesome.
capturing the points. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
like
gonna
that.
make people actually capture the objective, not just camp and kill.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you got to
that'll
do
be
work.
nice. Yeah, because that was always one of my most frustrating things. Because I used to always play back in the day, in the heyday of when I played a lot of Call of Duty. I always played capture the flag.
Capture the flag.
Always play capture the flag, and I would always have like ridiculous amounts of captures and defends, but I have like the worst KD in the world, and everyone would be like, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, way to have so many like crap KD, and I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm always running for the flag, and I'm running away from you, and most of the times I'm getting shot in the back, because like I'm not turning around with the flag to shoot at you. I'm just gonna go. So people used to talk shit, but whatever. I don't care. I'd rather
Whatever.
fucking do the objective. Like that's why I played the objective. If you want to just
Objectives,
kill,
yeah.
go play team deathmatch. That's what it's there
Deathmatch.
for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go play, big team battle or whatever it was
Whatever.
called in Call of Duty. They had an equivalent, but it wasn't called big team battle. That's Halo. Which also, oddly enough, there's not going to be a big team battle in Halo 5, but they're changing the way it works.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember how exactly that was set up, but frustrating. I want big team
Maybe
battle. I like
find out at
the big
PAX?
maps. Yeah, I'm actually going to the ID at Xbox event, which is it's Thursday before PAX starts. And they're basically going to be busing people back and forth between the convention center and Microsoft in Redmond, and they're going to have like 50 different indie games and
Nice.
some Halo 5 stuff that hasn't been shown to the public yet, like just game modes, I guess, for multiplayer. So I'm going to get to check that out. But that'll be cool. I'm just kind of excited because it's cool to go to like the different places. So like I don't know how much of Microsoft's building we'll get to go through because it's like one building on the campus.
Right.
But It'll be cool to go and check out a whole bunch
Still, you
of
get a check.
Xbox games. Because I don't have any. I have friends that are in the PlayStation world. I do not have nearly as many friends in the Xbox and Nintendo world. So any
Right.
opportunity I get to kind of change that, I'm gonna take.
For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
for
that's
sure.
that's a free event. Like you don't need a PAX badge. So if you happen
Oh,
to be in Seattle and you want to go, like just show up at the convention center, just jump on the bus and go, like
nice.
and show up. So that'll be cool.
I like that. Are they
Yeah.
only take so many though, or?
No, I think the bus just goes every half hour or something.
Oh, okay. It shuffles back. Okay.
Yeah, because it's from like 5 to 9 or 4:30 to 9
Wow.
or something. It's gonna be a pretty long event.
Big day. Whatever.
And
Yeah.
then there's Indies at 6, which is another thing where they like rented out a venue nearby PAX, and it's going to be a whole bunch of 6's Seattle Indie Expo.
Oh.
So that's what Indies at 6 or
That's
Seattle,
bad.
the Seattle 6 or something. So they're going to, instead of like getting a giant booth at PAX because it's expensive, or just the fact that the mega booth always gets super crowded and fills up
Right.
way too fast,
Just rent something out.
they rented out an expo hall and it's free. You don't need a PAX badge. You just go show up. So, there's tons of stuff turns out to actually go do if you didn't manage to get a PAX badge. There's still going to be a ton of
like
stuff
that.
you can go do. Yeah. So that part's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like
There's a
that.
couple things that I'm actually bummed because like I was like I really want to
can't.
go. I really want to go see this, but like I have appointments like I don't have enough time to go leave the expo hall and then
Right.
come back from an appointment to go see another thing.
Yeah.
The struggle.
Street. Oh.
Yeah. So that's that. But it's there. Yeah, I'm
So
surprised. I didn't know all of these things existed last year, or they're all new because I don't recall ever hearing about as many things. But I guess the ID at Xbox thing
I
they
don't
did
remember you
before.
telling me, so I'm assuming it's new.
Yeah, the ID at Xbox thing apparently did happen last year and maybe even the year before, but but the Seattle 6 thing,
Seattle
and
6,
there's
yeah,
there's a couple other things where like people were just like, yeah, like we got like a small office space in one of the hotels and we're going to have our games there so that you can like come by and check them out. So
Come by, check my
so that's going to be cool.
Nice.
But the only other gaming thing I wanted to talk
I
about,
dig it.
the Taken King. Dun dun da da.
shit.
Wow.
Took
Yeah,
King.
Tooken 2, the
Took
King. Destiny's Tooken King. Liam Neeson's. They should make a gun called the Neesons.
The Neesons, yeah.
So this is a Forbes article by Paul Tassi, and it's called "The Way Bungie Can Make All Destiny's Exotic Weapons Live Forever." 'Cause, as you know, the weapons don't ascend.
Oh.
So they've been talking about it. It's basically been like kind of understood that these guns become junk as soon as the Taken King comes out, which is kind of shitty. So one of the upgrading things, when you had to get from Zor, you had to buy motes or exotic shards, blah, 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 blah. So here's where it gets kind of weird. So I'll read this section from Forbes, and it says, one tier of exotics are returning. That means they'll be carried over to the Taken King and be able to be used effectively in Year 2 content with new higher damage armor levels, light levels, yada, 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 bing, bing, boom. Some items like Suros, no backup plans, are actually getting redesigned. Other items might just stay looking what they have now, which, by the way, the new Suros regime looks pretty fucking sweet.
It looks dope, yeah. I'm glad they still have
really looks nice. Like some of the changes they made are awesome.
that, and then they added a perk that makes it better too.
Yeah. So you purchase the upgraded exotics if you own them from a kiosk, but they cost legendary marks. Now, I am under the assumption that legendary marks are the new Vanguard marks.
Oh, yeah.
I just assume that's what they're going to become. And maybe it's explained lower. And there's so much information about the Taken King that I just not even trying to digest it. I'm just going to play it when it comes out.
Yeah.
That'll be it. So I did see a little screenshot of the like exotic thing, and you straight up like there's a kiosk in tower, and you just buy the exotics,
Mm-hmm.
and you can like buy your old ones. And I mean, there's a
Yep.
part of it that's cool because they've made it so that like now if you want, you don't have to keep certain weapons, and for some reason, if you think you need it, you can
Correct.
go buy it. However, they
Just
did
rebuy it,
double
yeah.
the vault size, so in theory now I don't care. Like now it doesn't matter.
Oh,
However, my vault size is going to go down to
right, yeah.
0 shortly after the Taken King comes out because so many guns are going to be useless anyways.
Yeah, true.
So there's a second tier called the quote Left Behinds, but I don't know if they're actually called the Left Behinds. But um, these are items that
We'll just call it that.
yeah, that's what Forbes is referring to them as, which I think is fairly good. These are items that are confirmed to be less useful for year 2 content with no redesigns or reworked. So here's the sad part. Confirmed list includes Gajalahorn,
Yellow.
Icebreaker, Thorn,
Uh-huh.
and the Vex
Mhm.
Mythoclast.
Ha ha. Sucks for when they had the Vex. No upgrades for you, bitch.
Yeah, sucks. So the weapon. This is. I'll read the rest of this. These weapons seem as if they will be converted to the new damage scale, i.e., 365 damage now goes to 170 light level or something like that. But they will not be very useful for content past year 1. Perhaps they can be used in the early stages of the Taken King story, but almost certainly not for new end game content. There's also a third tier right now, a list of weapons caught in the middle like the multi-tool, Lord of Wolves, Patience, and Time, which do not fall on either list, but will assuredly end up on one of them by launch. Like, first off, if any Prison of Elders weapon ends up on the Left Behind list, that's kind of bullshit, because they're new.
Yeah.
Like,
We just
they're
got
new
them,
enough.
yeah.
Like, they're new enough. Like, if you told me the Mida tool was going to go to the Left Behinds, I'd be like, whatever, that's fine. But, like, Lord of Wolves,
Right.
no, that's not cool, man. That's
No, yeah,
that's like a
not
fucking
cool.
cipher from the Prison of Elders. Like, that's not cool.
Right. It's like, why would you give us a weapon that sucks or that's good
Yeah,
now
give
but
us a
sucks?
give us a weapon that's
Just
brand
got
new,
it.
and then be like, just kidding.
Yeah. Don't backtrack on its Destiny or Bungie.
Yeah. So, and yeah, so gonna have to stop letting players. Okay, so here we are. Legendary Ascension of Year 1 items has been cut completely starting in less than a month, and not only that, it seems like half of exotic weapons are being culled from usefulness as well, including some of the most beloved in the game, Galahorn Icebreaker. We already know that. And the ones that players have had to earn through pretty significant in-game feats, Thorn, Mythoclast, Necrochasm, blah, blah, blah. Why would Destiny scrap half its exotic inventory? I have a theory. This is what I'm reading his theory. This isn't my theory. This is the Forbes guy. I have a theory that this isn't purely just some power play to force players into coveting all the new exotics by making a percentage of their old ones garbage. Rather, I think this was done for a few practical reasons, and players may not need worry that they're saying goodbye to these beloved exotics forever. With the release of the Taken King, I can see how it may not have been a good idea to simply insert another exotic shard easy upgrade system in place for all exotics on day 1. Especially with enormously powerful items like Galahorn, Thorn, and Icebreaker, no real way to know that with even pending nerfs, players would be able to steamroll all the new content by remaxing these exotics quickly. That ability would discourage use of a whole slate of new exotics if they weren't as powerful as these old favorites. So, I'll summarize the rest of it, is basically what he's saying is if they let you just carry through Galahorn and it was always the best gun, you wouldn't want to use any of the other new guns, and there'd be no point for them to make other new guns. And it also eliminates the challenge, right? If you know, I already have a Galahorn, tons of people already have a Galahorn, Icebreaker, Thorn, like, that means in theory I never need any other guns, and I'm only ever going to have to use these ones. I just have to make sure I have the legendary mark or the double exotic shard or the super shard or whatever whatever else the new upgrade thing is. So at one point these weapons have to become not as good to make room for new weapons so that you re-earn them. They're not forcing you to play the game again, but they're also just making it so that you can't just steamroll the game. And from that point, I totally get it, because I don't think I'd want to keep playing if it's like, well, I already have the best guns in the game, so I can do anything. What difference does it make?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So.
No sense in playing if you're OP.
Yeah. So this is another part of his thing. So what Bungie's probably been doing has been going through current exotic roster, deciding which weapons can be balanced for the new content. This list includes powerful weapons like Bad Juju. First off, I don't think it's that good. Red Death, Last Word, but not complete in other dominators like Thorn and Gallahorn. Also on the naughty list, I don't know why that's in quotes, are weapons that Bungie seems like they don't really know what to do with, like No Land Beyond, Necrochasm, and Hard Light. Very, very underused, underpowered weapons that are supposedly getting buffs in a new patch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I stopped using Hard Light a long time ago. Used to be... Well, yeah. I probably stopped using Hard Light when I got a Gallahorn because I couldn't have an exotic auto rifle. And then for a while I was using Up for Anything, and then Up for Anything became Oversoul Edict, and then I 365'd Oversoul Edict.
Nice.
And that's it. And then I've got like my Fatebringer 365'd, and... I've got a ton of shotguns 365'd, and I have one heavy weapon that I 365'd.
Jeez. And you restart playing.
I 365'd a Prestige 4, which is like a first gen heavy machine gun, but its stability is like straight fire. Like like I can literally unload the like 88 round magazine and the gun never moves.
Dang.
So like its impact isn't super great, but it's solar.
Right.
It's 365 and its stability is awesome. So like if I need to just lay down like a lot of fire on an enemy, like it's especially with the solar burn, yeah, I'm like hell yeah. So yeah, so anyways, you know, Bungie's going to carry over guns that are good. They're not going to carry over guns that are unused, or they're going to beef them up so that there's a reason you'd want to keep them or want to try and get them. And there's also the simple point of you have to just look at it from like
developer standpoint of view, or
well, not even developer standpoint of view, but like what if I just want new guns? Like eventually there's going to be something better than Gallahorn. Like there has to be.
That's true. That's
like,
what I'm thinking.
You can't have told me that within like the first, the first 2 weeks of the game you sold the best gun at Zor, and then like only ever sold it at Zor like 2 other times, and that's literally the best gun in the game that you gave up within the first 2 weeks. Like there's just no way. There has to be other guns coming out that are better.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of a bummer that they have gotten rid of certain guns that drop, like 2 to the Morgues don't drop anymore, and I mean I haven't seen a Rude Awakening in a while, and I think those are pretty good shotguns.
Found Verdict's not a drop anymore either, something like that.
Somebody said that, but I think that's so weird because it's a raid gun.
Yeah.
Why would you? But I mean, at the same time, I don't like Found Verdict, and some people do. Like I don't. It doesn't bother me. I have one.
I know it's good for range, I think.
But so is Matador. Matador 64 is awesome. I 365 that actually.
Well, I mean, it's for if you don't have the Matador, then
yeah. But I mean, I feel like you're gonna have a better chance getting a Matador than you would have Found Verdict.
Right.
Because I think Matador is a straight drop. I think I got it from doing bounties, like from an engram or something. So I think there's definitely a chance that they just need to get some other weapons.
Oh yeah,
there's going to be like exotic blueprints now to build weapons, and you'll have to like buy the parts. And it's like it's getting to that point where I'm kind of wondering if they're trying to do a Borderlands-esque thing where they're just going to be able to just be like, hey, we've made like X amount of different types of guns, but now we're going to allow for like kind of sort of RNG on how because we already have like you can re-roll the weapons for perks, right? So maybe they're going to like allow a little bit more in the re-roll section, or maybe because that whole like upgrading legendary, upgrading year 1 weapons by like consuming a new weapon into it, which still doesn't make any sense to me.
I understand. I get it. I understand it.
So I don't know. I mean,
yeah. I mean I'm sure the weapon system will be figured out with the new weapons, old weapons, whatever. Yeah. I'm kind of excited about the factions now. Like it's not just here, earn this. Like it's a whole It seems like there's more perks to it now, being a part of a faction. That and I like that. I believe you get both Vanguard and the faction, not just either. Something like that. I thought they said that in the stream. But you said in the stream. Something like that, I thought. It's not just the faction. You also get Vanguard as well.
Maybe. I'm quickly breezing through another article about it. I forgot to mention the ghost shells. So the new ghost shells that they're finally giving us, they actually give you stat modifiers.
Yep.
So that's cool. But that's totally straight out of fucking Borderlands with having like the little kit thing that you get boosts with, and it's particular to your class. So there'll be like one that gives better stuff for a Titan than a Warlock, or a Warlock than a Hunter than a Titan. So I think that's definitely, I mean, it's good. I'm not discrediting it.
Since they got rid of the light level ups thing.
Yeah.
They have to do something to change it.
Yeah. So.
And then I like how some of the armor gets different perks now, and your class emblem has perks now or something like that.
Yep.
And then the whole new quest user interface is cool, and you don't have to go to tower to turn in your bounties anymore. You can just turn them in through the menu or something like that. And
yeah. Oh, here we go. Sorry, here's what you're talking about. Your Crucible and Vanguard marks will be folded into a single currency. Legendary marks, which will be shared across all 3 characters on your account. When you dismantle legendary items, you'll also receive new marks. Your current marks will be turned into commendations when the Taken King launches, which you'll be able to cash in for faction reputation. Legendary marks can be spent on legendary engrams at the Cryptarch, which will no longer be redeemed for shards and sub-legendary equipment. Gunsmith will begin offering reputation gains as well, which allow players to purchase Arms Day orders, which will let them purchase legendary weapons to be delivered every Wednesday. Stock of orderable weapons will be updated every week. To earn Gunsmith reputations, players can use field test weapons that will loan out to players who visit them. Oh, that's kind of neat.
That's kind of cool. Nice.
That'll make me want to... This is going to make me go back to what I used to do, which is just only do patrol.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrol for like 4 hours, picking up spin metal.
Right? I miss doing that. Throwing on the Vita.
Yeah, exactly. Just Vita, remote play.
Yep. I need to fix my Vita.
I just need to... I don't use my Vita now because my TV doesn't suck.
Yeah, I need to fix my Vita.
My TV's not filled with white dots, so that I had to use the Vita so I could see what the hell I was doing.
Right. I'm trying to fix my Vita.
You know, the one thing I wish I could do to the Vita in mod mine is put a better backlight in it. I want the screen to be brighter.
Yeah. I mean, unless you bust the brightness up.
It's all the way. It's not.
Oh, really?
I needed bright screen.
It looks great at night, but
looks okay.
Really?
I'm not wowed by it, and it's the OLED too. People would be like, "What the fuck?" And I'd be like, "It's just not as bright as I want it to be."
I want to see. Then I wonder what the Slims look like then, since it's not an OLED screen.
You know how people do the? Have you seen how people are doing the fucking? They cut the cardboard box and like stick their phone on the top and make it like a little.
Oh yeah.
I wish that I could use my controller with my Vita so that I could do that and put the fucking Vita on top of a box and put the box on top of my face and then have like a mini game screen thing. Because it wouldn't. It's not the same.
Your eyes. A while though.
I don't mean if people are watching
movies.
Yeah, but you're not like it's not like you're putting it 40 feet away from you. You're putting it like at a standard distance away from you.
Yeah, I guess maybe. I guess not so much for your eyes, but maybe a headache after a while.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I stare at a fucking TV in the dark all night. So
fair enough.
I really do want to get a pair of gunners, though. I swear, if I had gunners, I'd be like 50% boost in my KD.
That's probably all I need is better vision when I'm playing.
Yeah, like I really wish that I could get LASIK. But I have astigmatism, and they don't have like a... I mean, I'm sure maybe now, but like last time I had an eye doctor's appointment a year ago, he was like, no. He's like, they can't fix your vision yet. He's like, give him time. He's like, but you have astigmatism, so like your vision is... Yeah, I don't know. One of my eyes is actually like okay, and the other eye is just garbage. Like if I drive with like one eye, I see better than with like both of them open. It's just like you have like your peripheral. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like one eye hurts the other.
Better than
yeah.
Bummer.
But yeah, so that's the way it goes. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool, this Destiny stuff, but
right. I talked with a few other people. I do think that a lot of this should have been day one stuff, but I get it. You can't just roll everything out right away. You gotta pull back the reins a little bit and be like, okay, let's give them stuff time by time, piece by piece, and then, roll out the big bad guns later.
Yeah. And also, just, you have to assume that when they released the game a year ago, they'd been working on the game for however many years, and it wasn't like they were just we know exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There is an element of they have to figure stuff out, and because they want it to be like a 10-year game, like, it is going to evolve. Like, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, those games have evolved over their lifetime, but at the same time, they are the same game,
Right.
Just updated, patched, whatever, different expansions, yada, yada,
all
yada.
these revisions. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's, Borderlands 2, or would have had, 5 or 6 different DLC packs, which added in new weapons, new characters to play as, with new perks, rendered certain guns useless. I mean, think about the B Shield.
It's true. It's true.
Good old B Shield. Those were the days. The B Shield was like Galahorn and Skolas when we had Solar Burn. That's what the B Shield was.
Basically.
Oh, man.
Good days, good times.
Yeah. So, I mean, the more I sit here and think about Destiny just over the last, few weeks, the more I'm not against it, because I'm sure I'll buy it. I'm sure I'll play it. I haven't bought it yet. Like, I'm going to play it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's, I think this is a theory, and bear with me, everybody listening. Just hold on to your seats for this. I think that people are treating Destiny like Nickelback. Okay, let that sink in.
I can see that.
Right?
I can see that.
Everyone wants to hate on Destiny. Just like everyone hates on Nickelback. But let's say that just like Nickelback is a successful band that's always on the radio, always selling out those tours, keeping the mansion running, Destiny has sold very well, has had reliable servers pretty much all the time, has had reliable multiplayer pretty much all the time. Not necessarily what everybody wants. Not necessarily got the competitive stuff, but the competitive stuff definitely can be rolled into Taken King with some of these new changes.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody wants to hate on Destiny. So I think Destiny is to Nickelback. Destiny is to gaming as Nickelback is to music. I think everybody likes to hate Nickelback. I agree with that. But, Nickelback, they probably, every once in a while,
they've got the formula that, like, hey, whatever, we've got your money, we're good.
Yeah, I think everyone's like, oh, Nickelback sucks, but then at the end of the day, they're like, never made it as a wise man. And they're singing those songs. This is how you remind me. Like, they're singing along to the song when it comes on the radio. Like, you're not, don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me, podcast listeners. You are enjoying Nickelback once or twice.
Everyone likes at least one Nickelback song as much as everyone hates on them.
Yeah, definitely. There's just one song that they're like, oh man, I remember when this
everyone has something like about Destiny.
I remember taping that song, This Is How You Remind Me, on my Sony little fucking CD player, recording the radio. You had to wait. You had to wait till the song was on the radio, and you were like, hell yeah, and then you hit the record thing, and you'd always end up with the such and such 203 FM, and this is Nickelback's How You Remind Me, and then it'd start, but the song had already kind of started, and you were like, what the fuck, dude? Can you just shut up so I can listen to this song and get a clean recording?
So you got some of the intro, but not all of it?
Yeah, exactly. I remember doing that. That's the thing that like kids these days that never had to deal with cassette tapes record.
Yeah,
like
they don't
and
know the
that was the
struggle.
original. That's the original pirating right there. Just record the damn radio. Try and stop me, FBI.
Recorded the radio, then burning CDs came out.
I remember when we had one of the first CD burners, and it was awesome, right? Because it was like a 1x burner. So it literally was 1-to-1. So if you wanted to burn a disc that was an hour long, it took an hour to burn that CD. And the worst was when a fucking disc wouldn't burn and it errored. And it would you'd have burned like 2.5 minutes of a song and it errors and that's it. The disc is trash. And that was back when blank CDs weren't like 10 cents a piece, okay? These blank CDs were like $1.50 a piece. So you'd be like, crap. Why won't it burn this song? No. And then you'd be rearranging your mix CD so that the tracks would be in the right Roxio CD burners. It's like my Rio MP3 player. Oh man. The jam. Man. It's like, and now it's all on your phone. Now it's all on your watch.
YouTube, whatever, yeah. iTunes, whatever, Google Music thing,
Google
something.
Play, or maybe it just might be Google Music. I don't even know.
Does anyone still use Rhapsody?
Probably.
I don't know.
People like me who don't give up.
You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Real music.
Real player.
Real player.
Yeah, like people are probably thinking like we mean real music, like real bands, and I'm like, no. There was a player, an audio player called Real Player, Real Music. Oh, it's the little blue. It was the little blue. The blue oval is the logo. Oh my god, I forgot all about Real. Oh Jesus, the time machines. Oh man!
Damn it!
Fucking, the kids. Yeah, I mean, you had like Napster, and then you had like Kazaa, and then there was LimeWire. There was the BearShare. Then Napster like came back, and now everything's torrents and whatever, and fucking dark internet and all that shit that I don't care about. Fucking Metallica. I just remember that MTV Music Awards when the kid who invented Napster went out on stage in the Metallica t-shirt with like Carson Daly to like give out an award or something. And Carson Daly was like, "Wow, that's a great t-shirt." And he was like, "Yeah, I borrowed it from a friend." And it panned to Lars from Metallica. And you could see he was like, "I'm going to get out of my chair, march up on stage, and punch this kid in the face." So good.
That's great.
But again, like kids these days, they're just like, "You mean there wasn't always YouTube?" No, we didn't always have iPhones and YouTube.
Yeah, we didn't have. Yeah.
Periscope. Broadband internet wasn't a thing. Like my first cell phone didn't have texting and it stored 10 numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, back in the day, you just had to like. That's the one thing I miss is I had to remember all the numbers.
Yeah.
Now I don't. Now I'm just like, let me put it in the phone. If my phone ever goes dead or died or broke, I'm like, oh god, I have no idea whose phone numbers I had. None. I know I know the numbers that like I would need to call like work, home, like family member cell phones, like those numbers I remember because we've all had basically like the same numbers forever. They've never changed, so it's like that. I just always knew them because I had to back in the day.
True.
We used to have we made laminated cards to put in our wallets. It was like a business card, but it was just phone numbers.
That way you would remember.
Because the phones didn't store numbers. So you'd be like, well, shit, I can only store 10 numbers, and I have like 15 people whose numbers I need to make sure I have.
True.
Because you always had everyone else you knew that had a cell phone, and it was like, that was before the days of having like 100 contacts in your phone, and now it's like infinite.
Now it's infinite, yep.
As many as you want, but... Those were the days. Anywho, shout-outs. you sent me yours.
Yes, my boy Mega Mike. He runs I think he does like a podcast type thing. He does some interviews with cosplayers and
does some streaming. I see this.
Artist-esque industry type people, and does some Let's Plays and reviews on his YouTube channel. I think he has a Twitter. I'll have to check. But yeah, the Facebook, just Mega Mike.
Yeah, I'll link it. I got you got me the link, so I can throw it.
It's a good friend of mine in Texas.
Cool. Did you meet them when you were out in?
Yes, I did actually. I ran into him in an elevator. Yeah.
Nice. I don't really have... Oh, you know what? I have a shout out. I gotta get my phone because I don't want to screw this up. The Twitter handle. So it's the organization's called Ready Up Live, and I think it's just Ready Up Live is the Twitter, but Ready Up spell. Yeah, so it's Ready Up Live at Ready Up Live, and they do Twitter. They've got forums, a lot of gaming stuff, and Dan is one of the guys who's he works with Ready Up Live, and he's got a party on Monday night, the last day of PAX, and I'm going to be there. So if you want to meet me or Dan from Ready Up Live or other cool people just to hang out, have a drink, have a water, have a soda, a cola, a diet cola if that's your preference. If you're going to be in Seattle for PAX, come on down. It's I think it's... I can open this up and then I won't be doing that. I think it's... So it's... Yeah, so the Ready Up Live PAX Prime Party, all ages, drinks if you're 21 plus. They're going to have some Ready Up Live swag August 31st. That's a Monday, 8 p.m. to midnight at Elephant and Castle. It's down the street from the convention center. It's a lovely, lovely spot. I spent some time there last year.
Nice.
Hanging out with some cool peeps, some RadioPlayStation people. Some Nicole was there. JF was there.
Nice.
Good old JF, right?
Old JF.
You know what? I'm showing out JF too. Juan is the international fan of RadioPlayStation, and his Twitter handle is at Juan Pegasus. So that's gonna be cool. We met him at PAX Prime last year, and I don't write for RadioPlayStation anymore, but we're all still good friends. And I think he's the longest distance fan we ever met.
Nice.
And we met him at Prime because, I'm from Boston, Josh and Estevan are from Arizona, and Juan is from Argentina, but we all met in Seattle at Prime.
That's epic.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But that's the fun part about PAX. Like, you get to meet all these people from all these different places. We're all here to play games. We're all here to hang out, cosplay, high five, street pass.
Some fun. Yep.
So that's next week. Like I said, you may see some multiple postings of podcasts going up. They may all be short. They may be one long one. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I might try and just join a couple interviews together. It all depends on even if I can ever make that happen.
If you have time.
Yeah, who knows if things are going so crazy and trying to set up the portable podcast thing with my phone is just not working, I'm just not going to do it. So
fair enough. Either way, there's going to be content for people to check out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be posting a bunch of stuff about all the different games I see. I'm going to try and post them as I get in every night, hopefully not drunk, and write about games and stuff that I played and stuff that I've seen and things like that. I've been actually spending the last 2 days clearing out my laptop and updating it so that I can, if I have get Steam codes or anything to check out games, I'll be able to check them out there. And I set up OBS on it, so
nice.
Hopefully if for whatever reason time allows, I can stream maybe. Late night stream a little bit, checking out some games or something.
Yeah,
so that's that. So shout outs, Mega Mike, Ready Up Live, JF, PAX Prime. But anyways, this is all advice. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's episode 35.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's episode 35 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast. We will catch you
lit.